need your guys' advice. I've got a few big projects that I'm thinking about doing on some of my existing tanks, and I want to make sure what I'm thinking is the right way to go. And you guys have always given me great advice before, so I'm going back to the well one more time, and I want to get your guys' opinion on a couple moves I'm thinking about doing to some existing tanks, starting with the 4,500 gallon behind me. Okay, I think it's best to go ahead and start here at the far end. You can see this is where the water kind of comes in, sort of the waterfall. We've got the big rock structure there, and then it flows down. And originally, I was thinking the fish would utilize these big rock structures. You see, I got a whole nother one right here. A lot more than they really do. And I really feel like one is enough, and I really want to open up this space to be more like the other part of the aquarium down here, where you got a lot more room, specifically at the bottom of the aquarium, because I really want to add stingrays to this aquarium, and I think they would appreciate a lot more space. So question number one to you guys, am I doing the right thing taking out this big rock structure here? Some of the wood coming down will stay, and of course, though I'll leave some rocks in there, I'll do something, you know, decent, some sort of small structure. But yeah, get rid of the big structure here, open this up more, and get it ready for stingrays. That's that's question number one. Okay, question number two is an interesting one. We're over here at the 1,200 gallon Amazonian Islands build, and you know that I've been talking about adding a lot of tetra and smaller fish to mix in with the big geos and angels and everything. And as far as diversify the color of the tank, we've got a lot of silver, red, and blue. And let me take you over to the discus tank and tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, so I've been planning to do an overhaul in the discus tank, and I was looking at all the fish, and I already have all these big tetra, red and white. I have the Von Rios. I have a huge groups of cory cats have been breeding here and everything, and those are all the fish that I've been thinking about adding to the Amazonian Islands build. And these guys are all big and everything, and they diversify the color. So I'm thinking, do I move all of these tetra and all of these cory cats over to the 1,200 gallon and then go ahead and reset this for the discus? So the discus are staying here, the rams are staying here, and the thought process of what I want to do here is take out all of the wood and just have a much more densely planted tank with the rock structure that I think we all know and love. And also I have a very large pleco, parapleco, that would move over to the 1,200 gallon. So basically pretty much all the dither fish in here except for the rams would go over to the 1,200 gallon, and then we'd backfill this with smaller fish and a different group of cory cats. So that's question number two. And I guess question number three too. What do you think of the idea of fully planning this thing out, getting rid of all the wood, and adding the smaller dither fish, and also eventually some more discus and rams? And so this isn't really a question or anything, but I'm getting ready to tear down the 315, the tank the demo tank, the one on how to build a tank. At any rate, it's going to open up a huge amount of space on that wall, and the tanks that I have in mind to build here, let's just say people who like the Asian jungle tank are really going to like what's coming here. And just a quick stop in the quarantine room, and you can see we have a discus up here. Somehow, after years and years in the tank, this discus displayed anchor worms, so I'm treating them right now with general cure to get that solved. Interesting. It's one of those weird things. I mean, I'll have to look into it. Maybe it can come in food or something, but just surprised to see a fish get anchor worms after, you know, no new fish have gone in there in quite some time. Okay, and the last question is more fish for the 750 gallon Lake Malawi aquarium. Specifically, no more yellow mbuna. It's gotta be, actually it can't be yellow, no yellow anything. But I'm gonna put up on screen all of the peacocks and haps that I added just recently, so you can see what's already in here just in case they're not out and about. But I'd like some suggestions for some peacocks and haps to add to this tank. So again, on screen right now will be what I just added, so you know what's already in there. And then obviously I've got a couple in mbuna. And there actually are a bunch of very large Synodontis cats in here. You might even be able to see a tail of one right there. But of course, being Celadonna's cats, they don't just come out and make themselves easy to see. But yeah, so question number 4. Give me some good ideas for additional peacocks and haps for the 750. So I have been making progress on fiberglassing the 1,200 gallon Lake Tanganyika tank. It's done a bunch of fiberglass over there, all on that back wall, this inside wall, and I have done the inside of the filter box. Got that all finished up, so it's time to go ahead and start working on the overflow and everything. What ended up happening was the temperature got hot and humid, so I couldn't have this place all opened up for the fans and everything, so I had to take a pause on it, unfortunately. But the weather is turning today, which means tomorrow I will be back in here. I will have my mask on, and we have a fresh spool of fiberglass somewhere right over here. So we got a whole lot more fiberglass because we used up the other big spool, so we'll be rocking and rolling. And as you can see, we got the glass right there. So once it's finished being fiberglass and painted, we're ready to go with the glass install ASAP. Also want to show you guys, we got the layout for the 2 cubes. So we got the, well, I can't tell you what it's going to be quite yet, but the 3x3 cube here and the more or less 6x6 foot cube here. And I do know the gallons on this now. It's going to be 800 gallons. It's going to be an awesome tank, and there's going to be the whole build series on it. So there'll be the part 1, part 2, part 3, that kind of thing build series. And then there'll be a video at the end of the entire build where it shows from start to finish. I was talking to my buddy Joe over at Their World Aquatics. Great guy, great YouTube channel. We were talking about the logistics of transferring all of the marine livestock and live rock from the 1500 system into the lagoon aquarium without killing off too much bacteria, without creating too much of a cycle. And we came up with a good idea. So what I'm gonna do is, well, let's go over, let me show you real quick. So I'll be taking a ton of rock out of this system from this tank, from the refugium behind it, and the 265 end wall. And obviously that's going to displace a lot of water, both in the lagoon aquarium where the rock is going, and then it's going to take away a lot of water here. So what I'm going to do is I have the Brute trash can on wheels. I'm going to take the live rock out of here, put it in the trash can. We'll wheel it down here to the lagoon aquarium, where I will then put the rock into the lagoon aquarium. Then I will pump back the equivalent amount of water from the lagoon aquarium back to this system. So this system can keep running with more and more water, less and less rock. And then this system here, as water is getting displaced with more and more rock, will be taking out water, so there'll be less and less water. And that's gonna get us all of the rock over to this tank, and the other tank essentially empty, so it'll be a lot easier to catch the fish. So then I can do that in one day, because this is the thing is, it's just such a massive undertaking. It's so hard to just do it all at one time. You just run out of energy, because you got to remember, like, I'm going to be in there pulling that rock out, putting the trash can, I'll be on a 6-foot ladder, putting the rock, there's just so many aspects to it. Plus, you got to drain all this water out and then do the aquascape, create a whole bunch of new salt water. So I need to do it over 2 days, but I need to do it in such a way where I don't harm the fish and I don't crush my existing ecosystem in terms of the bacteria and the cycle and all that. So day 1, we get all the rock from over there into here. We get enough water out of here to keep that system running. We don't have to make fresh water that's expensive to make than just to throw away, you know, fresh salt water. So then the second day, we have tanks over there with just fish in it and no rock or anything, so easy to catch. This aquascape will be done. All the new salt water will be put in here, and then it's just a matter of moving the fish over. And actually that's gonna be 3 days. So day 1, rock over here, some of the water back over there. Day 2, aquascape, make new salt water, get the lagoon aquarium all good to go, monitor the water quality, the levels, everything, and then assuming everything is good, day 3, move the fish over. If there's any problems, the fish will be fine in the other system without rock, you know, just water in the tanks for as long as it takes to make sure this is 100%, then we move the fish. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week, but I think these are all the right moves. I feel real confident about the 4,500 gallon, clearing out that big area, opening that up, maybe some small rock formations, whatever, and having the stingrays in that aquarium as opposed to anywhere else. I'm definitely happy with the decision with the cubes. feel pretty confident about taking those fish out of the 220 discus and putting them over here. I think obviously it's a big upgrade for them, an extra 1,000 gallons. It's the perfect fit here size-wise. They're already grown out. They're different colors than what I have here, and they're also Amazonian species, so they fit in perfectly. Gives me a breeding group of cories, gives them more room to keep breeding, so feels like the right thing to do. I've been wanting to change up the discus aquarium some, the aquascape, not completely tear down the tank or anything like that, just to change the aquascape a little bit. Of course with the African cichlids, that's, I'm always looking for good advice for good fish to add. It's one of those things where it sounds funny, but because I think about this kind of stuff all the time, and I've been fish keeping forever and everything, but I forget about fish sometimes, or just something doesn't come to my mind, and someone in the comments will just say, what about this? I'm like, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to the well once again. I'm reaching out to you guys, and please give me your input, because it's always, like I said, it's better to get the input now and either, confirm what I'm thinking or poke holes in it, and maybe I change what I'm going to do, or maybe I don't do it at all. It's 100% better to figure it out ahead of time than to partially tear down a tank or do all this work, for nothing, or or have to undo it or redo it, that kind of thing. So as always, thank you for your input, and I'm looking forward to seeing the comments, and it's like I said, it's going to be a busy week or two, but we're going to get all this stuff done, and I think the fish basement's going to be better for all of it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.